Hello guys, it is King Benji over here and you are welcome back to yet another video. So in this video, we are going to be learning how to create this stunning design with Canva. Let's get right into it. Alright guys, so as you can see, I've already logged on to www.canva.com on my Google Chrome browser as usual, and I've already gone ahead and I've created a new design page, and the dimensions I'm using for this one is 4000 by 4000 because I want the quality to be, really good. Okay, so I'm just gonna write SM design, whatever. The M is right vibe. Okay, I'm trying to stay organized at least once in my life. All right, so as I'm going to now create a new page, that is this one here. I'm going to change the color of this page to, let's say, black. It's a bit blessed, just raise the top of it. Still blackish anyway. All right, so that's the first thing we're going to be doing. Next thing I'm going to just do is I'm going to bring in the image. So upload the image. Where is it? All right, so this is the image over here. Okay, so I'm just going to increase that a bit and let us just work on the background. Let me show you guys what I did the background. As you can see, there's this kind of a faded gradient over here. All right, and then there's this wavy gradient line element at the behind over there. All right, so that's what we're just going to do quickly. So I'm going to click on the plus icon. I'm going to go to elements and I'm going to bring in a faded gradient. It's already in my recently used, so this is it over here, faded gradient. Just search for faded gradient and you're going to set. All right, I'm going to change the color of the faded gradient to some sort of like dark pink, so it's gonna be C10C77. all right, that'll be the color for both sides. All right, I'm gonna rotate it and I'm going to stretch it out. And I'm gonna rotate it again. Okay, let me go to position and take it backward, and then I'm going to reduce its transparency to 50. Great. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to click on the plus icon. I'm going to go to upload and I'm going to bring in this. All right, you can actually get this on Canva. I think I forgot the name of the particular element. I usually forget the name. I think it's gradient wavy line, I think. All right, so I think there are different options here. As you can see, most of them are pro. That is one to note. All right, yeah, so I'm just going to continue with what we are doing. I think probably you can just check, see more like this. Yeah, so you can see more of them here. All right, so let's continue. Okay, if you actually end up seeing it, you can just change the color to this the same color we use for the faded gradient. All right, so I'm just going to set this here and go to position and take it to back. All right, I'm gonna reduce the transparency a bit, so I'm just gonna go over here. I'm gonna reduce it to 90. All right, better. So time for this whole chaos that's here. I'm going to click on the plus icon right now. In elements, we're going to go and bring in a shape. Okay, and it is a square shape, so we're going to change the color here to white. I'm just gonna put it like this. Let's just know how that is. Okay, so now that is like that, so we're just going to go to the style here. We're going to increase the border weight to 70. Probably even more than that. Let's just no, you can't. think. Okay, I think it's actually good. I'm just going to come over here. I'm going to remove the color from the fill color. That is this one here. Just going to move that color. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to make this white. I'm just going to shift this in a little bit. Okay. Guess I have to shift this to his hand more. Okay. And then I'm just going to bring this down here. Great. So I'm going to now take this guy up here, or how did I do that again? Because I'm just going to increase this guy a bit, take him up. All right. Probably just do this again. Okay, I'm going to go to position and make sure that is in the center, and also this box. Yep. Just gonna move this up a bit. All right. What I'm gonna do right now is I'm just going to now edit this guy's image. All right. So I'm gonna go to adjust here, and I'm not really gonna do much. What I'm just gonna do is just to go to the brightness and the contrast, or just the contrast and the sharpness, because I don't want to overdo with this image. So contrast 23 and sharpness, gonna increase that to, let's say, 15 or 20. All right. Then I'm gonna duplicate it. Okay. Make sure it's at the same place as the former one, and I'm just going to take this up. So as you can see, it's not like as if his head popped out of that particular rectangle. You can call it, let's just call it frame. All right, so gonna tap on this box again, gonna duplicate it, gonna give it back its normal fill color, which is white, and I'm just gonna reduce the size. Okay, let's zoom in and make sure this fits in properly. Brilliant. Okay, so next let us now bring in all this other bulaba bala blue. Okay, or should we do the text first? Let's do the text first. All right, then we're gonna go to first icon and then the text. Gonna add the text box, and gonna come over here, and I'm just going to paste in text. So this is like, I think this was an ad for my course, the complete social media design course. Probably if you're interested in that, I'm just gonna leave the link over here, something like that. So I'm gonna change the font here to Montserrat semi-bold. So I'm just gonna search for Montserrat here. I'm gonna use Montserrat semi-bold. All right, gonna go over to the format, gonna make this bold. Okay, and then we're gonna play with the spacing a bit. We're gonna reduce this, the line spacing, like 0.82 or something. I'm gonna reduce the letter spacing to like -50, -55. They're about, I think I'm just going to increase this a little bit. That looks too jam-packed, and I'm just gonna reduce the width here. I'm gonna go over here. I think I'm gonna make this 200. All right. So this looks quite too big. I'm just gonna reduce it a little bit. Is that it looks too big, or I think just gonna have to shift these guys down a little bit. Okay, just reduce that a little bit. We're just gonna group them. All right, just for now. I'm gonna go to position, align, center, and then I'm just gonna use nudge to like shift them down a bit. Don't want that to look too clustered. All right, so this one here, so I'm just gonna nudge it down a bit. Okay. Gonna duplicate it. That is the text here. I'm just gonna reduce it a bit, and then I'm going to paste in the link to the course. So register art. All right. I am gonna change the color, or let's first of all change the font to just Montserrat. Okay. Gonna go to format, and I'm going to make it all caps. I'm obviously going to reduce the font size there. Gonna make it like 40, more or less 41. All right, and I want to increase the letter spacing so that it can be quite noticeable. All right, great. So that I'm going to also change the color of this particular text here because I want it to be quite noticeable. Okay, at the at the center. So I'm going to just change the color to like a light pink. Okay, something here or there about. All right, great. So I'm going to click on the plus icon, and now we can now add in our other shiwi. I'm just going to use this, and I'm gonna crop that photo image out. Gonna place it here. Beautiful. I'm gonna duplicate this. Gonna bring this here. Gonna just reduce it a bit. Place it here. All right. Think I'm gonna have to just ungroup this stuff. Okay. I'm gonna click on plus icon, bring in this. No, don't want this particular one. I want the one that has a shadow. I'm just gonna rotate it a bit. Keep it over here. And then just bring in the other stuffs. All right, so I guess we're done with that. Okay, so I'm gonna just think we're just gonna duplicate this, I'm gonna bring this over here, and I'm just going to paste in my social media handle. DKingbenji_. All right. I'm just gonna go to format and make it to be left aligned. Gonna change the color to the normal background color, and I'm just gonna reduce the size. All right. And just zoom in. And you have to make sure there's kind of like white space around the text and also in this box, you know. Okay, so I'm gonna click on the plus icon now, or no need to click on the plus icon actually. I'm just gonna go over here. I'm going to duplicate this guy here. I'm gonna change his color to this. All right, I'm gonna remove this border weight. Okay, gonna go over here. Gonna go to gradient. All right, and they're going to come over here, and for the second color I'm going to make it transparent. All right, and I'm just going to rotate this. This is the same thing like as using the faded gradient, but this is just like a new update in Canva. So instead of just stressing yourself to always go to get a faded gradient, you can actually use this option. But the why you would probably prefer using faded gradient is probably because you can actually like crop faded gradients. What do I mean? You can just double tap here, and then you can just control how it should be through you by using crop. Whereas this one is just everywhere belly face. All right, it's going to come over here, and then I'm going to go to transparency, and I'm going to reduce this to be very low, like 10 or 20. Just wanted to have that purplish feel, that's all. Great. I'm just going to come over here now, and I'm going to take this back to the front, this and this. Beautiful. All right, so we can just add some more depth to this by adding some shadows. I'm going to duplicate that this gradient again. I'm going to change the color to black. Going to go to transparency, and I'm going to increase it. Then I'm going to rotate it. I think, oh wow, I didn't make it a gradient again. You have to go back to here, and so probably select that gradient again, and then for the gradient colors we can now make this one black. All right, sorry, I didn't notice that. Okay, so I'm just going to place this here. As you can now see how it's now the depth is now over there. So I'm just going to go over here, take this to back. All right, and then we're going to now go to layers, and I want to place this one to be behind, to actually be at the back. So I'm just going to take this down here. All right, I want it to be behind that place. So I'm going to select this faded gradient again, that particular layer. I'm going to duplicate it, take it over here, rotate, and then hit that, put it there again. Then I'm going to take this one down and put it on top of the faded gradient. Okay, so another thing that we can now do is to create shadow of this guy here. So I'm just gonna duplicate it, go to adjust. I've actually made this shadow thing now more stressful for me. All right, going to reduce the brightness, increase contrast, and then we're going to increase the blacks too. I'm gonna reduce the whites. All right, going to reduce saturation, and that's all. And then we're going to go to effects, and we're going to use the blur. So I'm just going to increase it a bit. All right, and then I'm gonna go to position. We're going to go backward. Okay, should just be on top of that that gradient line behind. Okay, now you can also now duplicate the shadow. Okay, you want to now do one that will now represent the one that is on top of the border box here. So I'm just going to reduce the width here, also reduce the width here too, and I'm going to go to position and I'm going to just take it backward. All right, beautiful. Yeah, so there are some things I actually did here. I think I actually deleted them, which was cool, but let me just do them over here. I think I didn't add this Twitter. Man. Yeah, whatever. I think this gonna think the box size for this one I did here was actually quite smaller than this. Well, anyways. Alright, so what else? Yeah, so I'm gonna click on the plus icon. I'm gonna go to element and I'm gonna search for round shadow. Alright, I'm just gonna select this one over here and I'm gonna change the color to the pink color here. Alright, this is just gonna make it look more pinkish, you know, like pinkish. Alright, so I'm just gonna reduce the transparency to 32 and you can see how I've placed it there. You can also place it here, you know, whatever you just want to place it. Alright, but just don't make sure it's too much, and the goal of this design is to make it realistic and also fun, you know, but to look like Jaka Jaka. You understand, right? I know you understand. Alright, so I think we are not like I think I know we are done with this design. Okay, we are done with this design. Alright. Alright, now let's just do something first and make sure the sharpness is actually very big. Yeah, let's increase the sharpness, man. So we're increasing the sharpness of this image. Yeah, so sharpness, bam. And probably should we do something else? Should we touch the highlights? Well, let's just leave it. Let's just leave it how it is, you know. All right, so just increase the sharpness. Okay guys, so you can now go ahead and download our design, and I use 4000 by 4000 again because I wanted the quality to be like mazelebwe. I don't know what I just said. Okay, so I'm gonna click on download. All right. Oh, wait a minute. I just made one mistake. Not one mistake, actually. That's one thing I never done. So I'm just going to duplicate that text and I'm going to add an exclamation mark. Right? Because I want this headline to be so noticeable and attention grabbing. And also I want to make use of every single bit of contrast I can use. So just make it bold, and then I'm going to now go over here and make this pink, but a brighter pink. A brighter pink. So I'm just going to select this. All right. Is it the same one as here? No, it's actually different. Just gonna use the hex code FF1642. Okay. And I think it should also have a shadow. So I'm just gonna give it a shadow. Gonna make it blur. Change the color to black. I can increase the transparency actually. Okay. Okay, so I can now move it on over here. I'm gonna just use nudge so that I can do that precisely. And I use shadows so that, as you can see, this how it does this depth thing is touching here, you know. All right, so I think that's all. Finally, Yeah, let's make it bigger. This should allow me increase this thing in piece now. Really? Yeah, so I'm good. Whatever. And for some reason this doesn't look like as if it's aligned. Yep, just knew that. Didn't align that to the center. It looked quite chaotic. Alright, so I think we should be done here. Let me make sure this one is aligned to the center. I do not want that. I want this. Okay, so the center. Okay, guys. So now we can now go ahead and download our design. Okay, so boom. So guys, our design has been downloaded, and as you can see, it is quite stunning. Alright, guys. So if you love this one, slap that like button over there and subscribe for more exciting Canva tutorials from the very best. All right, so peace out.